Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about UFC 299's Michael Venom Page versus Kevin Holland. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. It has been a long-awaited debut for Michael Venom Page in the UFC. That is super excited for the introduction of Michael Venom Page to the welterweight division in the UFC, and he has a real task ahead of him in the form of Kevin Holland. I know Holland's record throughout the past couple years have been somewhat shaky, but that does not mean that Holland is not a top contender. I believe that Holland still one of the top guys. I mean, the numbers prove so. In terms of ranking, Holland is a top contender in that division, regardless of the shaky form that he's been on. I mean, the only losses that he's had are against top contenders, the likes of Hamza Chimaev. But he's also had very spectacular wins and very dramatic knockouts. And I believe Michael Venom Page has to keep that in mind going into the fight with Kevin Holland. This is going to be a real task for Holland, I believe, just because in the UFC, not many, I believe, are in that welterweight division, obviously, are, let's say, have sparring partners that mimic the style of Michael Venom Page, even though Holland himself has a very awkward style to deal with, and he always shows me something new, Holland does, in his fights. But Michael Venom Page is a master of space, and his technique is absolutely on a different level. I mean, absolutely one of a kind. He kind of reminds me of Israel Adesanya, though he has his own style. So it's, I mean, two guys with awkward styles, similar height, similar stature, everything. These guys are very similar. I believe it's going to be a great fight. And perhaps this one here is going to be the fight of the night. I don't know. I have a feeling that Michael Venom Page versus Kevin Holland is going to be the fight of the night. And for more than one reason. Obviously, the most obvious being the introduction of the long-awaited introduction of Michael Venom Page to the UFC roster, welterweight division, that is specifically. Very excited. It's hard to pick a winner in this fight. It's hard to see or know who's going to end up on top. Obviously, Michael Venom Page hasn't lost, I believe, since 2022. His last loss. Only had a couple fights after that, but the guy's only lost twice in his career. I believe the last time was 2022, and 2019, you'd have to go back to 2019 in terms of his first loss ever, I believe. And most of his fights, obviously, in Bellator. And we all know that in the UFC, the level is going to be higher. But that does not mean that Michael Venom Page can dominate in the octagon. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.